Hey everyone, so everyone has been asking for the memory video. Even though I said I'd do it tomorrow, I'm just gonna do it now because again everyone's asking. And yeah, so we're gonna be doing the event memory if you haven't unlocked. But essentially it's a boost into one of your 4 characters. I kind of wanted to hold off on this video for like another week because obviously you need all 4 characters to be out in order to like decide on who you want to go on, because once all 4 characters are out, the guaranteed ticket is out, and that's gonna tell you who to basically build unless you've already summoned with gems and you know who you want to build. But yeah, for most players it's just gonna be deciding on the ticket itself. Before that, I wanted to talk about some stuff I mentioned in the previous video. We have Ram here. Her basic attack is actually a memory seal. I just wanted to talk about this more formally than just like offhand comment. Yeah, so her basic attack is memory seal. You can't use memory effects while you're debuffed with this, which is insanely overpowered. This is an insane debuff. I do think it carries the character a little bit, but it's not enough to really make her great. Once a character has this on a passive, that's when it initially becomes insane, because a lot of memories start with action gauge at the beginning of battle, and that's what makes a lot of great memories. So as soon as a character has a passive that can proc as soon as the battle starts, I don't know the turn order, if it would block the memories after they do the action gauge. I would think that it's before, and that's why the passive would be so overpowered, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, having it on a basic is pretty solid, but I don't think it does much. She's got 20% debuff chance. That's a yikes. Nothing really to proc it. They don't really have blue Anastasia where like if you're at 100, over a certain amount of HP, you have a 100% extra debuff chance. If she was like a blue unit, that would combo really well, but I don't think purple has anything like that really, so it is what it is. Also, I heard people saying this Ram's not so bad, especially because like she's meant to was it counter, or it was something about countering the blue units, but the blue units are immune to the HP lowering. So I saw that comment and I immediately thought, as long as you have Anastasia, you're immune to the HP lowering. They said something with it. I don't know. I have to check the comment again. I didn't really remember it all that well. And another thing that I want to touch up on, someone in the comments of the previous video also stated that we are only getting 60 tickets instead of the 100. That makes total sense, like given the numbers we have so far. I don't know where I got 100 from. I think it was someone in the Discord that said it, and I just piggybacked off it because it sounded right, it sounded correct, and I'm pretty sure I saw 100 somewhere. Like it had to have been 100 something that we got, and I wasn't paying attention. As well as we got RAM fragments. So not only did we get the 10 from the login, we got 10 or 50 added to the shop here. This is pretty acceptable. Why they wouldn't just give us the 50 in the login straight up, or give us all 50 every single day for like a free transcendence because it's their birthday? Like that'd be sick. Like no one's gonna cry about a free transcendence, or at least like help with memory fragments for the transcendence. The main issue is crowns either way. Like no matter how you want to look at it, crowns are like statistically the hardest one to farm. So like memories aren't that. Oh, I mean, okay, the memory fragments are the hardest one to farm. At least the crowns take more effort because you have to have full teams. You have to actually play. Like yeah, the dungeons for the memory fragments take forever, but it's just like because it's time gated. The crown one is actually hard because you have to maintain placing, and you have to wait, for those placing coins to take effect and everything like that. So I don't know. It wouldn't have been bad. I don't know why Sega is being so stingy about transcendence. It is what it is. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's finally get into the core of this video, the memory. I wanted to talk about it again because everyone's asking questions. I would recommend waiting until the ticket comes out, but if you don't want to do that and you already have a person in mind, obviously you can roll it. As I've said in the past, the bronze hammers are completely useless. You don't need to use them at all. They just give you lower stats, and they can't even give you the unique effects that the memories can give, so there's no point in using them. Real quick, we have the translations over on the Discord. Um, we'll have this full thing to look at, so we'll go through it. The little indicator icons is like I forget the word, but this is where we indicate all the symbols. So we have chocolate ram as blue, Julius as purple, Ram as red, and then Anastasia as green. So that correlates with their colors. And then we have bronze hammers obviously being the goldish, orange looking thing, and then silver hammers being the blue. So yeah, first we'll take into unique effects into account. Slot 1, when attacked, recover 50% of own max HP. Slot 2, I don't know what it means by slots. I don't know if they can only roll in those slots. When getting a turn, apply a rage buff to seal or to self for 1 turn. This sounds really strong, but we have to wait and see until Julius's kit, is released, or the character's released. Then for Chocolate Ram, when attacked, recover 50% own max HP. It sounds nice, but I have to take a look at her kit again. At the start of turn, remove 1 debuff himself, which is for Ram. Sure, why not? At the start of battle, increases own action gauge by 50%. This sounds pretty decent. This is for Anastasia. And yeah, so we're gonna obviously you can only I believe you can only have 1 of each, but I've seen pictures online. I want to double check. I've seen some whales on Twitter actually already go ahead and roll their memories. So I want to see what's possible with this memory, because it's been so long. I have no idea how these memories work anymore. And I don't want to roll my hammers, my very limited hammers, especially with me not knowing what character I'm even going to get. So I'm going to go to the whale that I always look at. Looks like he hasn't rolled his memory either. There was another one that I saw. Damn, I wish I had this pulled up earlier. This is my bad. Alright, I did not find the tweet, but I just clarified that pretty much it's just a 1 slot thing, and the one specific one you want to roll for depends on the character. So if you want to roll for, let's say, we'll take a look back at the information real quick. Let's say if you want to roll for Ram's recovery, you have to only roll for that 1 slot in slot 1. So if you really want this roll and you're having a tough time, you can basically just buy a bunch of hammers for only slot 1 and then just focus on getting that roll. Or you do any of the other ones, and then obviously you do want the effects for the other slots. But yeah, so in case of so I'm not sure what this means, because I believe this is probably like if one of these characters are using the memory, if these are the stats. But if some random character is using the memory that isn't one of the 4 that came out with the event, they get these instead. So it's hard to design these memories, other than obviously you want the initial roll for that character that you want. You could I don't know why you could go every single one of these in every single slot, since they're on different slots, and you can use that memory for every character. But that's probably like the dumbest thing you can do. So yeah, let's take a look at the characters' kits, just basically because I forget what they do as soon as I'm done with the video. I'm gonna be honest, I just throw that information out of my brain. So we have Rem here, 50% own max HP. Then we're taking a look at the other stats real quick, just so we can have a basis of what to choose, or an idea. Basically, we're just gonna be taking a look at the silver ones, because you bronze, you just don't want to roll bronze. Max HP 15%, 15% attack, 50% defense, 12 for crit rate, crit damage, 15 for debuff resistance and debuff chance, and then 4% agility. Then basically just times any of these by 3, because you're probably going to run all of one stat along with the special roll. I wouldn't see a situation where you kind of want to mix things up with stat wise. That's just kind of weird. Debuff chance, HP is 24k, 1000 attack, 1100 defense, insanely fast. All these characters are so fast nowadays. Obviously, she has the build up basic. It's nothing insane. It just gets stronger. So then we have blue allies permanently receive 100% HP in battle. Grant all allies debuff immunity at the start of battle. Additionally, grant blue allies 40,000 HP worth of shield. Then protection for 1 turn. And then misfortune attack. All enemies 20% of heal damage when healed. And then her skill 2, heal 60% of HP, receive invincibility for 2 turns, gain another turn, grant all allies blessing, which allows you to heal more, and then agility increase. Additionally, blue allies with 40,000 HP or more, not included self. I don't know. I don't get why this is like a thing. They don't include themselves in the buffs that they give. I don't know why they started introducing this. This is kind of weird to me. Either way, then invincibility for 2 turns. So she's doing the more damage, or the more she heals, the more damage she does. So then we have when attacked, recover 50% of own max HP. So that means she's going to be doing damage every time she gets hit. You would probably want to maximize her HP just so you can maximize the amount of damage you're doing whenever she's hit. I'm not sure what else, because she really doesn't do a whole lot. She's kind of underwhelming. Like, this is cool. She's really just there to support. She's fast enough. Like, you really don't need the agility. And then she doesn't apply anything that kind of requires like debuff chance, so there's no reason to put that on her. You can go debuff resistance, like that's always a solid route on like support units like this, but yeah, there's nothing really crazy about her. Like the HP is probably your best bet for Ram. Just like reading the kit really quick just to make sure. She gives shield twice. So you grant healed. Does she grant a shield when healing, or is that just like the start of battle as well? I think that's. Oh yeah, I see the period, the comma. Okay. Yeah, I'd say HP and HP and the obviously her role is probably your best bet for Ram. If you want to do something else, you know, by all means. It's nothing concrete. I'll let you know when it's concrete. Julius, we're obviously skipping for, you know, obvious reasons. He's not out yet. Then we have Ram here. At the start of turn, remove 1 debuff from self. That sounds very underwhelming. You basically already have that with her memory, no? Like her memory does that. This is, oh, it's not here yet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure one of her passives on her memory does that. 100% chance to inflict memory seal, not recovery seal. They haven't fixed that yet. Then purple allies permanently receive 70% HP, then 30% attack in battle. When allies' HP drops 30%, steal 2 buffs from all enemies, ignores debuff chance and debuff resistance. So, looking at her kit overall, you don't want debuff chance at all, so that counts 1 out. Includes shield and reflect that you can steal. Then buffs are granted to purple allies with 5,000 attack or more. That kind of sucks. Again, I don't like this character all that much. And receive protection or affection and increase action gauge 200%. At start of battle, grant allies protection for 2 turns. Physically attacks all enemies 800% power. Grants all allies attack large. Debuff immunity. Additionally, grants all allies 5,000 or less HP. Protection, invincibility, and agility large. So, maybe I would say, I have no idea actually. So at the start of turn, remove 1 debuff himself. Maybe I want to take a look at her stats real quick. I don't think I did that. 20,000 attack or HP. 10. Okay, she's got incredible defense. She's a crit rate lead. She does nothing for crits. That's pretty interesting though. Debuff chance, debuff resistance. Um, it's hard to say because Julius also takes an effect here. You have to understand his kit and how he can combo with this character. So that's kind of one thing that we're missing out of the puzzle. Obviously, get her roll. That's going to be removing one debuff. I don't think she's going to need debuff resistance, mainly because she has protection a lot. I would say maybe action gauge. You can do some crazy stuff with her. I mean, action gauge would be, or agility, sorry. Agility would be nice because, nah, actually, it's just the way I see it. I'd rather just put an action gauge memory on her. Like, there's just nothing you can do with this roll. This is like one of the worst effects. This does really nothing unique. You're just better off maxing like her memory that came with her. I wish I had it pulled up, or just giving her an action gauge because she can give large attack buff, and a lot of her kit relies on having really high attack. So getting that buff off as soon as possible is really nice. So I would kind of just focus on action gauge memory. Yeah, so I would definitely not recommend this memory for Ram. It feels like a waste. Like with all the potential that's here, you know, taking advantage. Like even if this is so small, it still takes advantage of Ram's kit. This could be really strong depending on how Julius is. Action gauge is always really nice depending on what you're gonna combo it with. We'll take a look at it in a bit. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this memory on this Ram. It's just, I don't like it. Maybe attack, maybe defense, probably defense. Maybe if you're feeling saucy, agility. Attack, maybe like third option, I don't know. Either way, I would not recommend this unit with the memory, not at all. Then we have Anastasia, 20k HP, 900 attack, 2000 defense. You do some great, dude, just build defense on her, honestly. 50% action gauge, put some defense on her. She's a little on the slow side, but like, dude, screw it. You're gonna be hitting like a monster. And then you have her bonus stats that complement the defense up. We didn't take a look at the bonus stats for the other characters, but either way. You have her physical or her basic, 600% power, 100% chance to remove 4 buffs. It's a lot, but I don't know why they just don't do all buffs or no buffs. The power of the skill increases with the more defense you have. If 70% HP or more, 100% chance defense up and debuff. This is so overpowered. This is so overpowered. This is so overpowered. And receive immunity to max HP reduction. On blue allies critical, damage is increased by 60%. When an ally is healed, remove 1 buff from all enemies and inflict collapse. Guaranteed. There's no percentage on this. It's just guaranteed to inflict collapse. Oh my god, you really want defense on this unit to all enemies. Physically attacks an enemy is 850% power. Multiplied by the number of blue allies with 100% chance to remove all buffs and inflict charm. Power of the skill increase. Yeah, so usually it'd be kind of hard to decide because you really want debuff chance, but then she has this passive where she just increases it naturally and everything scales off of her defense. So you might see it as, well, they're both being raised, why wouldn't I still just go debuff chance? It's because everything else base is more centered towards the defense, so that's what makes it so important. So yeah, get the action gauge because it's just nice to have, and then definitely go straight defense. What is this, times 3? 45% defense, is that what that is? Because you're taking up a slot. You could just go straight up 60% defense, which can be kind of nasty. But the action gauge is nice. Like it's pretty useful, I would say, especially because she's so slow. Having her take an early turn might be kind of useful. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Dude, I forget how much of a monster Anastasia is. I love this unit. I'm gonna summon for her for sure. If I don't get her from the ticket, she's definitely gonna be my other option. So I hope I get Ram from the ticket because Ram is super strong to pair up with her. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Just overall, don't rush it. really, again, wait for your ticket, decide who you want to do on, who you want to roll for. And then you have to realize you have to buy those hammers as well. Like, there's not too many hammers. You should be able to get enough from the shop. But, yeah, so that's gonna do it. I'll probably do this sort of video again for Julius, but it's gonna be like really short, and it's gonna be probably, I'll just like combine it with the should you summon. So the should you summon should have like this section in it, and I'll just go over I'll recover the memory and then see if you should use the memory on him. But yeah, that's the memory, and that's basically how it works. And yeah, go look with your rolls, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.